I hope I'm not the only one.
You just might be.
I don't want to waste your time.
No, you're not at all. That's okay.
Yeah. Since I got you by myself, I don't turn on my camera because I'm kind of embarrassed.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. I get it.
Yeah. I'm 6'4", and some of the moves I do just don't look the same
Yeah.
as what you
I mean, I can't
do.
expect them to. At 6'4", that's a whole foot taller than me. So I'm glad you're here. If anybody else pops in, then I will add them. But if you're gonna stick around, we'll get started. I don't want to make you feel like you have to leave because you're the only one. I definitely want to stick around with you.
Well, if nobody else joins, I mean, I can still do the videos. I've been doing those.
Okay, good. That's good.
I don't want you to have to spend an hour with one
I don't
person.
mind.
So it's up to you.
Hang on, let me just find my.
I could put my dogs in the room and that would be like 3 people.
Yeah, they can work out too. Okay, cool. Let's get started with some mobility. Oh, we got another one.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to mute now.
Okay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around.
Sure.
Hey, Kristen.
Howdy.
All right, we're going to get started. If you're ready, we're going to start on the ground, just like we always do. Let me grab this. So if you got a towel or something for your knees, maybe a yoga mat, that's good. That'll help. We're going to start with child's pose. So we did this one yesterday. Our toes come together at the back, knees come out wide, we sit back over the heels, arms come out straight in front, and we reach out as far as we can. We're going to stretch out the lats. Starting here, let's hang out here in this first one for 30 seconds, and then we'll move to each side for 30 seconds. So stay with your arms straight out here. Making sure you're breathing. And try to push your forehead down toward the floor a little bit more with each exhale. It becomes a lot easier when you do exhale. You release a lot of the tension that you're holding when you have your breath in your body. You get that breath in. And then we'll go ahead and walk your hands over to the left side. Go ahead and do that now. Same thing on this side. Focus on your breathing, inhaling, and then exhaling and pushing down a little bit more. You should feel it mostly on that right side lat this time, just underneath your armpit. We'll hold for about 5 more seconds and then walk it over to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and walk it over to the right side. We should feel it on that left side lat now, just below the armpit. Same thing, don't forget your breathing. Hang out here, try to relax. 5 more seconds. All right, go ahead and relax. We're gonna stay on all fours here. We're gonna stay in that wide-legged position, but this time we're gonna bring our feet out wide. So if you can, put the insides of your feet down toward the floor. If not, we can kind of leave them in that child's pose position, so toes tucked under a bit. We're gonna go as wide as we can and come down to our elbows if you can. If not, coming up to this hand position here is great. This is called Frogger. And then from here, try to bring your feet out a little bit wider so we're not back here like child's pose, but more like out here, like straight back from the knees down. This one can get uncomfortable, so making sure you're breathing here and sitting directly over top of your hips as opposed to forward or backward, because it can put a lot of strain on your pelvis and you'll feel that. So find that happy medium in the middle where it's just a stretch through the inner legs as opposed to hurting your pelvis or your groin. Just hang out, keep breathing. We'll hang out for about 8 more seconds or so. All right, go ahead and relax nice and slow. Bring your feet together and then bring the knees together from that position. We're gonna go for Spider-Man. So we'll go to that deep lunge position, 1 foot out in front. Hands are in line with the toes here and that front leg. We're gonna take that inside elbow, reach down toward the inside of the foot, and then we'll open up for the ceiling, big reach. So we can kind of fully open up that chest all the way to the opposite wall. Follow your fingertips with your eyes, come back down to this middle position. We can hang out here for a second if you feel like that's a good stretch. Then repeat. Let's do 10 good ones on each side. Coming back to that low lunge position. Hands on the floor. If you feel like you need a little bit more stretch, go for that 2-arm bend position in the lunge as opposed to just 1 arm down. 10 good ones on each side. Focus on your breathing here as well. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I like to exhale as I reach up. So inhale, exhale, or you can change it up if you feel like you need a little bit less tension in that low lunge. You can go for the exhale at the bottom. Inhale as you reach. Play around with it and see how it works for you. You might feel that you get a different kind of stretch with each breathing variation. 10 good ones on each side. Get a good stretch through the hamstring, through that hip flexor and the quad, and then through the T-spine as well. We work on a little bit of mobility. All right, let's move on. If you're not done with those, go ahead and finish up, no big deal. We're gonna stay on the floor here for now. We're gonna be in a plank position, so we'll go high plank, or no, excuse me, low plank. We're gonna widen our feet out. So we're wider here. We have a more stable base. I'm gonna back up or just turn so you guys can see my whole body. From here, I'm gonna reach out in front of me as far as I can. And I'm gonna time you guys for this one. So try to keep your back nice and flat, and the point of widening the feet is to keep your hips from wobbling too much. So if you feel like your hips are swaying a bunch as you reach, widen those feet out even just a little bit more, and it should be more stable. The reason we wanna do that is so we can focus on your core and your core only in this movement. So we're on a low plank on the elbows. We're gonna reach out in front of us with each arm as far as you can and come back to the middle. Let's go ahead and get set. We'll go for 30 seconds on these. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead and start. Take your time, don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath in this low plank position. It's easy to want to do that, especially as you maintain tension through the core. Don't do it. You might just get a headache later, and that's not always fun. It's never fun. We've got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and relax. We're gonna come up on our feet now. From here, we're gonna go for some leg swings. So if you've got something to hang on to, maybe a chair, a couch, something to kind of keep your balance up a little bit so we don't have to just focus on the balance as we kick. We can just focus on kicking. That is great. Let's go for 30 seconds, forward and back. So we'll go for about 15 each side. And then we'll switch it up 30 seconds side to side. Let's go ahead and start those in 3, 2, 1. I'll let you know at 15 seconds so you can go ahead and switch legs. go ahead and switch. We're at 15. Forward and back on the other side. Try to keep that leg as straight as possible. Keeping your foot flexed as well, so we get a good stretch through the whole leg instead of pointing the toe and forgetting our calves. All right, go ahead and switch to that side to side. We'll go for 15 seconds on the right or the left, and then we'll swap. And 3, 2, 1, last leg side to side. When we're done with these, we're gonna go right into 30 seconds of high knees in 3, 2, 1. We're going for high knees. We're either running or we're standing, bringing those knees up to your chest as fast as you can, just taking the jump aspect out of it. Got about 10 more seconds and we'll go right into butt kickers or heel to butt. If you need that extra quad stretch in 3, 2, 1, either running butt kickers or heel to butt alternating here. Hold for a couple seconds and switch to the other side. We've got 20 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Cool. That's it for our warm-up portion of our workout today. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. So next up, we've got 5 different movements. We're gonna go 3 rounds, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. The first one we're gonna do is a good morning. So I'd like for you guys to start at least round 1 with no weight in any of these movements, and you can feel free to add weight as we progress and go through rounds 2 and 3 if you'd like to, or you can go and stay unweighted the whole time. It does not matter to me, whatever feels best for you in our first circuit, our warm-up circuit, let's call it. So again, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for 3 rounds, 5 different movements. We're gonna start with a good morning. So we're standing up tall. I'm gonna either bring my hands across my chest here, elbows up, or my hands are locked behind my head. So from here, my feet are shoulder width apart. I stick my butt back, and my butt moves on this horizontal plane until I feel a stretch in my hamstrings. And that's as far as I'm going. I'm keeping a slight bend in my knees the whole time. Even as I come up, they're still a little bit bent. They're never truly locked out. So they're slightly bent, just soft at the top. Stick the butt back first, keep the back nice and flat. I find that the elbows behind the head helps because then you're keeping your back engaged and nice and flat. The second thing we're gonna go into is a sumo squat with an oblique crunch. So our feet are gonna be a touch wider than normal for a regular squat. My toes are turned out just slightly even more than a normal squat because of that wider foot position. So from here, I do the same thing as the good morning. My butt goes back first and my chest stays up. I'm sitting into my squat all the way down, pushing my knees out wide. That's key here in that squat. From the top of the squat, we're gonna go into an oblique crunch. So we're gonna pick up one leg and bring it to our elbows. And these should get a good oblique burn going for you. The third thing we're gonna go for are push-ups. So we have multiple different variations we can go for. With these, hang on, let me turn off my work notification so you don't hear that boing the whole time. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about push-ups. We can start with a regular push-up, high plank. We can widen the feet out if you need that more stable base. My back is flat no matter what position I start in. All the way down, all the way back up. We can go from the knees, all the way down, all the way up. We can worm down, worm back up, or we can go that same worm from the high plank if you feel like that's better for you. Whatever variation variation allows you to work on your push-ups for 45 seconds for 3 rounds, which is kind of a lot of time. It's a long time. So make sure you're picking something that allows you to move. Next up, we've got reverse lunges. So standing up tall, we're gonna go step behind. I'm looking for that 90-degree or so angle in both knees as you come down to the floor with that back knee. Nice and softly, arms can come out in front. They can hang out at your hips, whatever helps you keep your balance. Last one, we've got inchworms, no push-ups. So we're standing up tall. I'm gonna come down with my hands all the way into a plank and walk it back up. And these are nice and slow, and I want you to take them slow. These are not a race. They're worms. They're slow. So we walk out all the way into a plank, back up, and stand all the way up. I will remind you of what's coming. We've got 45 seconds for each one. Let me get my timer set. You guys get ready. We got 3 rounds. 45 on and 15 off. All right, let's get ready. All right, so we're gonna start with that good morning. Take these nice and slow, get a good stretch for your hamstrings. Pull up, squeeze your glutes at the top, and we're only going as far as it takes to feel that stretch, and that's it. From here, we're gonna go for it. We've got 3 rounds, like I said. In 5 seconds, let's go. Starting with good mornings for 45 seconds. And round 1, here we go. Move nice and slowly. This is especially a warm-up round for the first one. Feel free to pick it up for rounds 2 and 3. We can add some weight where you feel necessary, especially into the good mornings. We can hold it at our shoulders. We can hold it at our chest. So we can work on those hamstrings a little more, but don't worry about that just yet. We got 20 seconds left. Make sure you're keeping that back nice and flat, the shoulders pulled back super flat as we come down and back up instead of rounding here. I don't want to see any rounding in the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We got sumo squats and the oblique crunch up next in 9 seconds. Get yourselves ready in your squat position, a little lighter than normal. 3, 2, 1, go. Squat, full squat. Same side knee to same side elbow. Squeeze the glutes out of the squat. This should primarily be a burn for your glutes and your obliques. We've got 30 seconds left. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We got 15 seconds before we're going into push-ups. Find your comfortable push-up position. And let's go for it for 45 seconds. You can do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Do these nice and slow so we can practice our form, keeping that 45-degree angle between the elbow and the body as we come down, keeping your thumbs directly under your armpits. When you come down to the floor, you should be able to touch your armpits with your thumbs. That's the hand position I'm looking for, and I'm looking for that same flat back position as the good morning. So pull back and push nice and strong. We don't want saggy shoulders in our push-ups. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We got reverse lunges coming up next. Remember, we're stepping backward. We're keeping 90 degrees in both knees. We're coming down nice and soft in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep it up. We got 25 seconds left. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads as you stand up. Almost done. We're going to inchworms. And 3, 2, 1. We got 15 seconds to rest. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got inchworms, nice and slow, all the way out into your plank. No push-up at the bottom. Standing all the way back up, nice and tall. Take these slowly. These should not be fast. We're not rushing through them. Try to control your core and keep those hips from wiggling too much as you walk out. Keep it nice and tight. Pull your shoulders down to your pelvis. That should help keep everything compact. 20 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next up, we're back to the top for our good mornings. Feel free to weight these now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're weighting them, hold your weights at your chest, or you can hold one weight and keep it there. Just make sure you're still pulling back and keeping that back nice and flat. Don't arch or, round around the waist. Slight bend in the knee the whole time. No straight knee at the top. Everything is nice and soft. Keep that butt going back first and moving on that horizontal plane to the floor. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. One more round of those to go. We have sumo squats and oblique crunch up next. Get yourself set in that wide squat position, toes turned out. 3, 2, 1, full squat and crunch. Come down nice and soft if you can with that leading foot. So we're not stomping. 30 seconds to go. Big squeeze of the obliques. Try to lead with your abs instead of that hip flexor. Seconds. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We've got push-ups up next. Practice your breathing here too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Push all the way up through your shoulders. No saggy shoulder. All the way up. Nice and strong. Try to practice your breathing. Inhale as you press up. Exhale. No, opposite of that. We want a power on the bottom. Exhale as you press up. Inhale as you come back down. 20 seconds to go. Find your happy place. Keep pushing. You can do it. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We got reverse lunges up next. 10 seconds to rest. 3, 2, 1, go. Step backward. Bringing that knee back to the front. 90 degrees with both knees. Squeeze in that front glute as you step up. seconds to go. Do as many as you can. These are ones to throw in your weights for if you feel like you need a little bit of extra work for that third round. We can hold them in that front rack position at your shoulders. We can hold them down by your sides. Go ahead and rest in 3, 2, 1, and rest. We've got inchworms up next, and then one more time through, and we'll move on to something else. Three, 2, 1, go. We got inchworms. Nice and slow. These never really need to be fast. Let's focus on controlling your core as you walk out and back in. So just like we talked about with keeping the back nice and flat for the plank, we want to do the same thing as we walk out and back in. Focus on that core. Seconds to go, nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Cool, we're 2 rounds down. We've got 1 more round to go, and we'll switch it up. We're back to the top for our good mornings. Feel free to weight all of the exercises you can this round, or just stick with unweighted, and that's great too. 3, 2, 1, go. 45 seconds of good mornings. Remember, slide bend in the knee, hips go back first, stack stays flat the whole time. Feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more narrow. Mine tend to be more narrow, so if it's more comfortable, really go for it. If you feel like you're having to push your knees out wide to be able to keep your form, bring your feet in just a touch. It's okay if they're almost together with these. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head and rest. We're done. Good morning. We've got sumo squat and oblique crunch up next. Wide feet, turn out. Squeeze your glutes with these. Wide squats. 3, 2, 1, go. Full squat. Big crunch the oblique. Land nice and softly so we're not punching your feet or your ankles. Seconds. Keep working. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We got our last round of 45 seconds of push-ups. Up next, if you feel pretty good with where you're at, maybe try to bump it up and challenge yourself a little bit more. Maybe go from warming with your knees. 3, 2, 1, go. Just a little bit of challenge in this last round so we can get better at these, so we can improve. I know 45 seconds is a long time, so even if you just start with a higher level push-up than you've been doing, and you go back to that other level that you were doing before, that's totally fine. As long as you're challenging yourself even just a little bit. Seconds, almost done. Push through, squeak out a couple more. You can do it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We got 10 seconds. We'll go through reverse lunges, our final round here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Step back. Bring that knee down nice and softly at about 90 degrees. Keep your chest up. All the good stuff. Just bust them out, do as many as you can. If you're weighting them here, hold your weights down here or up at your shoulders with your elbows up. That's important. If you didn't hear my laser out of your elbow analogy the other day, we don't want to burn lasers into our foot, right? We want to burn them across the wall so we can make something cool. That's what we tell our CrossFit kids when we coach them. So that should work for you guys too, I think. At least you can understand. Elbows across instead of burning your feet. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're done with those. Done talking about lasers. We've got inchworms up next. 10 seconds. We'll go for our final round of these. If you feel like you want to speed them up, you can, but you don't have to. These are meant to be slow and controlled. 3, 2, 1, go.
Getting down with that new craze, new high. I don't give a fuck. I'm loving every minute of this fast life. Baby, take my hand and I'll
You can do it all the way down into that plank, all the way back up.
I don't give a fuck. I've been too deep.
25 seconds.
Dancing with fire, dancing with fire. I say dream. And I can't stop.
Come on, finish it out.
Dancing with fire.
We got 15 seconds. 10 more. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, our first circuit is done. Nice work, way to push through that. So, considering our time that we have left, I did have 5 rounds planned for the next one, but I think we're just gonna do 4 so we have time for our finisher. We've got 4 rounds coming up, 40 seconds on this time, 20 seconds off, so a little bit more time to rest, a little bit less time to work. For these first one, we're gonna go for lateral bounds. So what that means is that we're gonna jump across kind of into a wide lunge position, but this is like a skier type landing. So bring that back foot down behind you to catch yourself, and if you feel like you're more athletic, try to keep that foot up. I know you can barely see me behind that wall, but we're gonna try to go as big of a bound as you can laterally without overextending yourself. So it should be a comfortable, strong landing. Pause each time. That's what's up first. We got lateral bounds. Next up, we have kneeling overhead press. So we're gonna be on our knees here. We're gonna be standing up. We're just taking that bottom half of the leg out. We're kneeling, we're keeping the core nice and compact, keeping the back nice and flat again. So we bring those shoulders down to your pelvis, squeeze your core here. So we're not arching as we press. We're gonna press straight up from the shoulders all the way up, arms straight, keeping the biceps nice and close to your ears. Not out here, we're eyes instead of Y's. And that's number 2. So number 3, we've got runner's crunches. So we're on our back here, on our butt. We all know bicycle crunches, right? But now we're gonna go for running instead. So our arms are at our sides like we're running instead of up here like bicycle crunches and twisting. We're just using our arms to get a little bit more momentum and bringing the knees up. We got runner's crunches. Next up, we have goblet squats. So we're gonna take one of your weights or both if you feel like you can do both. We're either gonna hold one weight here, like a goblet, and we're gonna go regular squat position, sit the butt back, sit all the way down, keeping the chest up, standing straight up, keeping your heels down on the floor. Or if you've got 2 weights, we're gonna hold them here, elbows up again. Oh no, the lasers. That's where that comes in again. Keep your chest up so those lasers on your elbows point against the wall and not your feet. The last thing we're gonna go for is an alternating bent over row. So grab your weights again. We're gonna be in a kind of good morning position, but not all the way down. So we have about, I don't know what angle this is, but it's not here where we're parallel with the floor. We're standing up a little bit more, arms out in front, and we're gonna go 1 row at a time. So we're pulling toward our armpit with each row, trying to pull that elbow back behind you as if you were trying to meet the other side elbow right behind your back. I don't think that's possible for most people, but we're gonna go for it. So again, 4 rounds, 40 on, 20 off, lateral bounds, kneeling overhead press, runner's crunch, goblet squats, and alternating bent over row. Do we have any questions? Do we need any modifications besides the ones I've given? Let me know. If not, let me get my timer set up for this one and we'll get right to it. All right, if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start again with those lateral bounds, kneeling overhead press, runner's crunch, goblet squats, and alternating bent over row. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Make sure you're working the whole 40 seconds, even if it's slow. You do get 20 seconds to rest at the end of every minute, so keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. That's my spiel. Let's do it and get the work done. Okay, I've got a 10-second countdown. You should hear the timer, but I'll call it out anyway, and I'll remind you guys of what is coming up next. We got 10 seconds before we start our lateral bounds. If lateral bounds get to be too much, let's go lateral lunge instead, not slip on rows. All right, go. Lateral bounds. As big of a bound as you can get. Land comfortably, land softly, land strong. If you start to get the groove down, try to keep that back foot up and then get some power into it. Maybe it's easier on one side over another, and that's okay. 10 seconds to go, we'll rest. 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice work. We're going into kneeling overhead press and grab your weights. If you need something for your knees, now's the time to grab that too. We got 10 seconds. And we'll be kneeling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Tall kneel. All the way up with those arms. Biceps close to the ears. Keep the core nice and tight. No arching of the belly or the back. As we press, keep it all compact. Do as many as you can. Sync up your breathing. You can do it. Even if it's slow. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We got runner's crunch up next. Stay on the ground, go onto your butt. We're not twisting so much as we are trying to run on our butt. And here we go, runner's crunch. Whoa. Use those arms to bring your knees up. Opposite arm, opposite leg, just like running. Try to generate some power behind your knees. Try to keep that hollow position at most, or at least. And less of this here. 10 more seconds, keep with it, you can do it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. Go ahead and grab your weights. You got goblet squats. If you think that unweighted is better for you right now, let's go for that instead. No weights is just fine, just an air squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 40 seconds. Get that butt back first. All right, there it is. 10 seconds. Squeeze the glutes as you come out. Keep that chest up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We got alternating bent over row up next. Grab both weights. seconds. We're in that hip back, chest up position. Arms straight down to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Go. One at a time. Pull up to your armpit, bringing that elbow back behind your back. Big squeeze. Try to engage the lat right underneath your armpit, like we talked about in our child's pose. Try to think about using that muscle to pull back on your weight. Keep your hips square to the ground the whole time. We're not twisting open as we pull. Keep it up. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good work. That's round 1. We're back to lateral bounds. And like I was saying before, if lateral bounds gets you too much, you can always go for a lateral lunge instead or a static lateral squat. So we'll go from a wide stance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. Lateral bounds. Seconds to go. Keep working. Soft landing, strong landing. Generate some power out of your takeoff on both sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. Halfway done with lateral bounds. We've got our kneeling overhead press up next. In a tall kneeling position, squeeze the core. No arching of the back as you press. Keep it all nice and tight. Work on the press only. 3, 2, 1, and go from your knees. Tall kneeling. Press straight up. Come back down to the shoulders. Even if these are slow, I know they're going to get difficult, and that's okay. Just keep moving. Do as many as you can. You can't do it. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We got runner's crunches up next. On your back. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Using those arms like you would when you're running. Generate some power. You got it. We got 23 seconds left to go. Keep it up. Come on, burn it out. Feel those abs working. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Halfway done with those two. We're on to our goblet squats. We can also turn those into just an air squat. If you're going to do that, turn it into a little bit of an eccentric squat. So slow it down on the way down. 1, 2, 3, and then stand back up. 3, 2, 1. Go. Goblet squats. Weights either here in front or here. Your elbows up. Or no weight. We're going to that eccentric. 3, 2, 1, and back up. Come on, keep it up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads. This one's going to be more quad dominant with a narrower stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Next up, we have our alternating bent over row. Grab your weights. shoulder width apart. Send those hips back. Keep the back nice and flat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one at a time. Hold the elbows back behind you. Squeeze the lat, pull your shoulder down towards your armpit, and that's a good way to turn on that lat, this muscle right here. Think about squeezing that down, pulling your shoulder down towards your side. 10 seconds to go. We'll be halfway through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. 20 seconds here. We'll go back to lateral bounds for round 3. Don't forget that you can turn it into a lateral squat or a lateral lunge, whichever you feel like is going to benefit you more. If the jumping is not so great, that's totally fine. 3, 2, 1, go. 40 seconds.
Searching for a teardrop in the water. I can feel your shadow over me.
20 seconds left.
I can hear your whisper in my ear. The ocean.
10 seconds. You can do it. Stick with it.
It's time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We've only got one more round of lateral bounds to go. You've got kneeling overhead press up next. Grab the weights in that tall kneeling position. Cut yourself off the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go. Press all the way up, nice and straight. Great arms, biceps close to your ears, not one or the other. Keep those arms from drifting outside, nice and close.
I'm watching as your body's falling deeper.
Come on, stick with it, burn it out, use your shoulders, squeeze your core. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good work. We got runners crunch up next. On your backs, find that hollow hold position and go from there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Use those arms. Bring the opposite knee up to meet the opposite elbow or the opposite hand. You don't even have to go as far as the elbow. Come on, stick with it the whole time. Push yourself. You can do it. 20 seconds. Come on, almost there. Go, go, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. We got goblet squats up next. Or regular air squats with that 3-second eccentric. In 10 seconds, grab your weights. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Make sure you're sitting that butt back first, keeping the chest up. Even with your weights here, it's even more important sitting back the whole time and all the way down as far as you can. Push through, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads. 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. We've got alternating bent over row up next, and then one more round. Maybe we'll have time for a little finisher. We'll see. 10 seconds. alternating bent over row, flat back. 3, 2, 1, go. One at a time, pulling that elbow back. Squeeze the shoulder down to the side so you can turn on that lat and really pull back. You can do it. 25 seconds. Last 15. We've got one more round to go after this. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. We've got lateral bounds for one more time. Up next, or lateral lunges or lateral squats, whatever is working best for you. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Last round of these. Go for it. Push yourselves. You can do it. Strong landings. Keep it nice and soft so we're not stomping. Nice and soft. Even if your bound is just here, try to practice keeping that back foot up. In a powerful jump. Almost done. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're done with those. Got an overhead press up next. Grab your weights. Find your kneeling position. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Elbows at the shoulders, press straight up. Elbows and biceps to your ears. Press straight up as opposed to out front. Go back behind you. That's much harder, but it's possible. 20 seconds. 15. Press it out. Use your shoulders. Burn them out. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. We've got runner's crunch up next for our final round here. Make sure you're working the whole time. Push yourselves a little bit. Get those arms going. Get a good pump. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. In that hollow hold position, opposite arm to opposite knee. On your back here, feet are off the floor, shoulders off the floor the whole time. You can do it. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're back up for our goblet squats. Grab your weights. Here we go. Get yourself set. Squat position. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sit that butt back first. Keep your chest up. That is the goal. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads as you come out of that squat. You can do it. 15 seconds. Come on, push through. We've only got one more round after this of 40 seconds, not total. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Done with squats. We just got our alternating bent over row to finish out. Grab your weights. Get yourselves ready, feet shoulder width apart. Keep that butt back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights down, one at a time. Pull the elbow back, keep the trap relaxed. Squeeze the shoulders down to your side. Come on, you can do it. Finish strong. 15 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. That completes circuit number 2. We do have time for a little finisher, so we're really gonna hop right into it. I hope you guys are ready. We are gonna do some more push-ups, but here's the kicker. I really want you to go from your knees this time, and we're gonna throw in that eccentric, just like we talked about with the squat. So for our eccentric push-ups, let's go from our knees so we can really focus on bringing our chest down slowly. My back is still flat. I'm still pushing strong through my shoulders, no saggy shoulders here. That's what I mean. From here, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and my chest is on the floor. Press back up. 3, 2, 1. Press back up. 3, 2, 1, and back up. If you need to, you can go all the way down, keep that back nice and flat, and then warm up. The only position I care about is this 3, 2, 1, keeping the back nice and flat. The second thing we're gonna do are some leg lowers. So I like to stick my hands under my butt here. We're either gonna go both legs at one time, keeping them nice and straight, or we can go one leg at a time, and that's up to you. We're gonna go Tabata. So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for each movement for 4 times for both. So 8 times will be done in 4 minutes. And then you can get out of here. Let's get to it. Just 4 minutes and then we're done. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with those push-ups. Remember, 3 seconds down. 3, 2, 1, go. Focus on keeping that back nice and flat. You can only get so many push-ups per round since they're 20 seconds long. You might as well get as many as you can. And rest. We're gonna flip over for our leg lowers. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep that back nice and flat on the floor. I don't want to see any arching. Three, 2, 1, and rest. We're back to our push-ups from the knees. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, back up. Make sure you're not skimping on that count. And rest. Nice work. Halfway through with push-ups. Round 2, leg lowers. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Feel free to alternate between 2 feet and 1 foot. Just keep working, keep breathing. Flat back here as well. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Halfway through. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back to it. And rest. Nice work. Come on, we're almost done. Stick with it. 2, 1, and go. Keep those legs as straight as possible. And rest. We're almost done. One more round of each. 3, 2, 1, and go. And rest. Done with push-ups. That was it. We've got one more round of leg lowers. 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's finish strong. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and time. And that's it. That's all the work we're gonna do today. Nice work, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for working hard. I know that was a tough one. Way to push through it and get all that work done in an hour. We do have one more workout at 5:30 tomorrow, and I'll be here tomorrow before Thanksgiving. So if you want to come join me for a good workout, I'll see you tomorrow. If you're going to come throughout the day, I think Cam coaches at 6 and 12:15 tomorrow, so you'll see him. If not, me. If I don't see you, have a great Thanksgiving and a great weekend. I'll see you probably next week.
Thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks, you too. Bye, everybody.